Well, hello and welcome to Knife Delights. It's time for another Saturday Stockman Stampede. That wonderful open tag started by our friend Terry over at Terry's Knives and Man Stuff. Head on over to his channel and check it out. Give him a subscribe. I think you'll really enjoy his content. Well, we've got another special buck 301, Camillus made, a new edition, and how this one came about has a little bit of a funny story behind it. But I was on the phone with Rasputin's Castle here a few days ago, and we were discussing Camillus made buck Stockmans. And I told him I remember reading somewhere that there was a version that had the notch here, the easy open notch. And I'd never remember seeing any buck Stockmans with that feature. And lo and behold, that same day, later on at night, I got onto eBay and this thing popped up. So here we have another version of a Camillus made buck 301 Stockman. And as I said, it has that easy open notch to it right there. So you can get to the punch. Now, what's fantastic about this is the punch itself. Now, when you look at it like that, it looks like it's a blade that's been really sharpened down. But let's turn it over, and kaboom! There she is. The famous spiral punch. And I have spent, I don't know, maybe 2 hours trying to research the spiral punch. And I remember reading a comment maybe a couple years ago that one of the viewers thought that Camillus had the patent on the spiral punch back in the 1930s. I cannot find anything about Camillus having a patent on this. Doing further reading on some of the knife forums, they believe that, well, they've got examples of a New York Knife Company knife with the spiral punch, and there's been 2 or 3 different patent numbers given. Back in, they thought it was patented back in 1902, and when I searched for those patent numbers, it does not come up. But the best knowledge I have right now is in 1902, New York Knife Company actually patented a spiral punch. It was a different form than this. It was it had the angle over on it. But yeah. So to find a buck 301 Stockman with the spiral punch, wow, what a find. Also, in addition to Camillus and New York Knife, on another blog I saw that perhaps Utica had a spiral punch. So, I don't know. If any of my viewers know more about the spiral punch and how it came about, why, please leave a comment below. I'm very interested in finding out the origins of the spiral punch. Now, some of the features that we know that this one was made by Camillus was, again, this spiral punch. And I happen to have a Camillus Model 64. It was called a Junior Stockman, and this one was made, I think, back in the 60s or 70s. And as you can see on this one, it has a spiral punch also. We'll compare them. They do look different. This one has a little bit of a fold over to it. So it is just a little bit different of a design, but it is a spiral punch. Again, some of the other features that we have, knowing that it was a Camillus made buck 301. Look at the tang stamp, it's 301. But it's this very distinctive clip point that was made by Camillus. Got that long, deep, very pronounced swedge to it, and then you got that very long nail nick to it. This one does have brass liners. Now, I said I was looking for models because somewhere they said that there was models made with 4 brass liners. So if we look closely here, let me get a little pointer. We've got that liner there, and then that liner there, or divider. And if we look close here, see there's that little tiny gap. Looks like there's actually two liners right there, like they reinforced this side of the Stockman. So maybe that's what they mean about models having 4 liners to them. So I believe this is the only one that I have that has the 4 liners to it. Of course, we got just the one pin, this one here, showing. So that shows that it's one of the later models, because earlier models had the 2 cover pins showing also, making it showing 3 pins. But this knife is in excellent shape. Of course, we got the saw cut Delrin. And then we've got our standard blades here. Look at that nice spay blade on there. This knife is in pretty good shape right here. It could maybe be wiped out just a little bit. I haven't done anything with this one. Let's just see. I might have to throw it in some mineral oil or throw it in the sonic cleaner. Looks like we got something right down in here, don't we? See that down in there? Let's just see what that is real quick. Just a little bit of rust starting to form down in there. So I think when we're done with this video, I think I will throw it in some mineral oil. Just let it soak, see what happens. But it's not very dirty. I'll clean a little of that stuff out. But it's got really good walk and talk to it. What do we got here? It's I guess it's a flat grind to it. And I'm not sure that this knife has even been sharpened. It almost looks like it's brand new. I didn't get the box with it, but if it's not brand new, oh boy, it's awful close. Pretty close to mint condition here. There's our spay blade. Lots of blade there. Very little use, if any. Well, I hope you've enjoyed a sneak peek here at this wonderful Buck 301. I continue to go down that rabbit hole and find examples of all the different Schrade and Camillus made Buck 301s. So until next time, have a very delightful day.